Right, hello everybody, this is Try It Tuesday, and it's based on Pinterest pics. And what I've chosen this week, again, very simple, but I just thought it was nice and bright for, it's coming up for hopefully spring. I mean, the sun is shining here today, and I felt in this sort of, you know, mood, really. So, right. Again, these are very simple. This is a simple pocket here. Okay, these are like 2 tags that may go in that pocket. But I just thought for beginners and people like that, that is a really nice set. And also can be done from magazines. Okay, book pages, magazines, there's a bit of music paper here, a little bit of ledger paper. But you can, you know, go ahead with this. I just thought it was simple, really quite eye-catching. I haven't got any of this. I don't know, I think is that honey or may, I don't know, not a honeysuckle. What do they call it? That big tree with May blossom. That big tree that goes pink in the spring. Sorry, folks. Sorry, flower lovers. But anyway, you know, these can all be done from magazines. I'm doing what I can from magazine. I actually haven't got anything like this. I most probably have some in my Daphne's diary, which would have been ideal, but that's in my house at the moment. So I'll just use what I've got. Okay, I've got digitals that could replace that anyway, but I was going to try and do it out of book pages. So I'll just show you what I do. I mean, this, you can make these sort of ones here. You can make out of a page of flowers, a big page. This was a big page, and I just cut them up into like little rectangle bits that can be a focal point. Yeah, inked up. You can mount them if you want and, you know, make more of a focal point, but that's what you can do. That's out of the big pages. And all those are great. So I will use one of those. And also, this here. There. And I think I'm going to I will do the pocket or this bit here out of some brown paper. And I'll cover it with music paper. Okay. And then do the tag from that way. But really, to be honest, if that was done like that, and then you've got this piece, this panel here, that's from a book page, say, you could also make that into a pocket. Yeah, and then you'd have a pocket there and tucking in there. So that could go on that page. On that, I'm just thinking of where to place that in a journal. Yeah, and you could have your pocket, something sticking out of there. So again, we'll go for it. Yeah, and we'll replicate those. I can't tell you who they are. It's just a picture that's been uploaded on this one. So I can't give you a link in the description box, as you know I would normally. You know, normally it sends you to a blog, but this has just been uploaded, and I don't think it's even telling me who uploaded it. So I will have a further look when I do the video, and if there's any news on, you know, this image, I will put it in the description box. Okay, so you'll need some, you know, backing card. I use file folders because I like the weight. I'm going to do it on that side, and the first thing I'm going to do is cover it with music paper. Should I show you how to do that? Well, it's self-explanatory, really. You just try and do the best you can. Right, okay, I'll just show you, like, here. This is the sort of thing I would do. I'd go sort of there, because it's nice to get the names in if you can. I will say, this is quite a nice book. Oh, I'll show you the books I got them from. Okay. And I'll go down like that, and then I could get more out of there. I might miss some at the, you know, I might miss that one, but I'll have that one. That one's okay. You know, you just sort of work out, get as many as you can out of the page by looking at it. I will show you in a minute. I worked out about 2.5 width-wise. I think it was 2.5. Or 2 2 by 3, was it? Yeah, 2 by 3. Take that back. So let's go to here. Okay, and by 3. So it might be a bit bigger, this one, but I'll just knock the top off of that. I don't want to lose that. I think it's quite nice to have those names in. We can. So that's okay. We're just over 3. That's still all right. Okay, and that's what you do. Okay, and time, if you want to mount them on a piece of card to make them, you know, sturdier, you can, or you can just use it like that. But that's what I'll do with loads of them. That one's nice, like that. Right, oh, books. Where did I get? What did I do? Right, I think that page was out of here, which is this one. Oh, yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm sure it was, yeah. Oh, I don't know now. Unless I just had that. I might have just had that one, actually, because I'm not sure where that come from, because I've got this book as well. These are beautiful. I use them a lot, actually. But I think that's my good one. That's the one I haven't cut into yet. I always keep one and then, yeah, but this one's lovely, actually. I quite like that. And I always buy, you know, wrecked second-hand ones. But these are beautiful. These are quite good for fussy cutting too. But, you know, there's a lot together, so you'd have to sort of choose, or just put page in a journal, which they will look nice. Lovely, of course they will. Yeah, I'm not sure where this one come from, actually. It's some kind of reference book, but I like it because it's got all the names on, and they're almost like watercoloured. They're really nice prints. That could have been gifted me. So I can't recall any book looking like that. No, I can't. Okay. Right, so I showed you that. Right, the cards, I'm doing 3 here. I actually at first thought it was 3 tags, so I'd already cut these, but I can see one's a pocket now and 2 tags. So these are, I usually do 3 1/4, is it 3 1/4 by 6 or 3 by 6? 3 by 6. Okay, I quite like that size. Okay, so I'll do 2. Yep. You can make them into a tag, or you can make them straight like that is. It's up to you. Okay, but the first thing I'm going to do is put music paper on. And this one. Okay. We don't need it all the way down. So, yeah, let's see where that goes. It's fine because this is going to have something else on the bottom there, so that's great. So any of these, you don't have to sew just because I do. It doesn't mean to say you have to. Right, let's get it the right way up. So it's got to be, see, I would have said that's upside down. Cut off the top there. Well, I would like that number there, but I'm not going to see it anyway because I put lace on the top, so do that. I thought they just shouted spring to me, literally. And again, I was taken back by this, you know, just they caught my eye. One, I think because of the colours, the spring colours, and two, because of how simple they are, you know, but they look really good. And I think sometimes that's what we need. Okay, so now I'm going to use a little bit of, on this one, I use some invoice paper, yeah, or invoice, or some kind of ephemera. Okay, on this one here, this one is going to be like book page and some flowers, but I'll do this one a little bit different. Okay, so I'll concentrate on this one first. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, even these sort of things, so I've got loads of toppers that I could use, and I really could, but okay, I think it's going to be sort of, I don't know, around there, I think. Let me just cut some of that off. That's going to go about there. Just make sure that's stuck down. Just seeing how tall these are at a minute. That's okay. And you could really batch do these tags, no problem at all. Should have my book out, gluing on my book. Okay. Right, so the next thing to do is to pick here what flower you would like. Okay. I'm liking that one actually. I'm liking the shape with that. So, like I said, you can either mount this and stitch around it now, or I tend to stitch around mine and then I just back them, or I mean, the stitching can look nice on back of cards. It's there. So I'm going to have it about, because we're going to have lace on, so yeah, I'm going to go to about there. The lace is going to cover the top. It might be a bit too big, so I'm going to come down. I'm just thinking of lace. Right, I'm just going to get my bit of lace for the top. Okay, it can go over the top of the picture, or you can have a separate. I'm going to go with that because I've got a wider piece down there, which is here. So I'm just checking this out. Yeah. So I don't, yeah, no, I quite like the gap between that. Okay. So that's going to go there. Like that. Yep. So we're about right. I'm just going to cut that a little tiny bit more. Around mine, okay, and make that is going to be the focal point. Okay, you're not stitching around it to make it a focal point, just raise it up a little bit, you know, put it onto a piece of card, something like that, and then the eye goes straight to that. Or sometimes they get a little bit lost in the background of the actual card. So Right. Okay, so that's done. All right, I'm going to stick the lace on now. Okay. And I will be stitching all the way around mine. So I'm just going to tack up the top there. Okay. Again, you know, I'm keeping things flat for going in the journal because there's nothing worse than having all those lumps and bumps. I mean, my journals get really fat, but I try to get it so that you can take everything out and then write in it, and perhaps then, you know, put your own twist on them, which I think's what I would want to do. That's that. And then we'll have one down here. It's a bit funny shape there, so I'll just cut that bit off. Okay. And I just, you know, don't put much on there. I sort of scratch it on, really. Don't need much. Actually, let's try and get a bit that's actually ironed. Okay, so I'm going to go and stitch right the way around. If you wasn't stitching, I would run, which I think I still will, just a little bit of glue along here. You can actually do it with a glue stick, this sort of thing, because it does hold it in place. I mean, it's not going to keep it on there. I mean, I would do that maybe with a bit of glue stick, but the actual anchoring of the edges I would do with a bit of glue. If you weren't sewing. Just trying to keep this bit down. Okay. And just to create a bit of neatness. Okay, all right. Okay, well that was a good start. My iPad died because it couldn't have charged up last night, so I've gone and got my lead now. And I had to let it charge to about 20% before I can start filming. It's plugged in, so it shouldn't go off now. So hopefully you got the last bit. I just said, you know, I was going to stitch all the way around. That's it, really. And what I've done is just got a few things ready for the next bits while that's charged. So that's okay. So that's all done. Okay, so we can put a tag top on it. I'm not going, sorry, I'm looking at it and not letting you see it. Okay, well, I'm not going to do this bit. I'm going to add a flower here. Okay, just because that will then change the look. So I won't put this little thing here or anything like that. I am just going to, and actually they stopped with the lace. They didn't go right across. They stopped about there on that picture. Okay, so I would say that's 2/3 across, but I've gone right across. Okay, and I'm not doing this, so I'm going to put a flower down here and maybe a label. Not a label, a word. Yeah, I've got these. These are from the Craft Box UK. They're okay. They were so cheap, and I mean, you know what it's like. Even I've got machines to do this, but even giving up the time just to print them out and do them, it takes time. And they were so cheap. I bought a load, but the quality is not fantastic. But for this sort of thing, honestly, there's nothing wrong with it at all. And like I said, they were so cheap, you know, which is fine. I've got loads of them. I did have loads of them. If I can find my box with them in. Oh, there they are. I mean, some of these are my own, and some are like, I don't know. I don't think I'd ever use this. I think, oh, no, I'd have to do something with them. Yeah, they're all in here. And I think there was butterflies as well. I mean, some, that's just the quality of the print as well, was all liney. You know, like your printer was going wrong. And I'm thinking, gosh, I couldn't sell those. But I wouldn't sell them. But yeah, I just got loads of them. And honestly, they were like maybe $1.50 a pack or something like that. And it was just so cheap. But like I say, the quality is not fantastic. But for collage work, it's actually great because they're not very thick. Because you don't want thick. Because it's, you know, it's too raised up. So let's have a look. Got that one. Yeah, I can see the lines on this one, you see. Perhaps that's why they were cheap, but so quite like that. It's quite delicate. I would utilize this and cut this bit out, and that's quite nice as well. But I think that colour tone works better, to be honest. So I'm gonna go for that one, I think. Let's go there. I'll cut a bit more off in a minute. And then, I don't want all that there, so let's go that way. There, and that's about there. Okay. I'll just lightly ink up the edges. So I'm not over inking anything on this. This, I have to be a bit careful with them. Go there, and then we'll get a word. I did find some words that were amongst my spring stuff, which was great. So I think some of these in some of the kits, and some might be in on Freebie. That blossoms, because that's. I think what I'm going to do this, but I'm going to raise that up a little bit. Got a bit of card somewhere. I don't think I got any pink ribbon out. Do I own such thing? Yes, I do. I've done a lot of shabby chic, haven't I? French shabby chic. There we go. Right. Right, I found some. Got some of the seam binding. I've got that nice yellow as well, but like I say, I won't use that today. I've got a little bit of pink left. That's all I've got left. It's not a colour I tend to buy, but that works perfectly. But look at this. I'll just show you something. That is actually looking really lovely. But when I do my spring journal, it's going to be quite pastel-y because of the pastel watercolour I brought out. But again, that looks quite striking. Okay, I don't know what colour that is. It's called Pansy. So I get, I can't remember. Did I put a link ages ago? I can't remember because I haven't bought any for ages. But I used to get the big reels from America. And the postage now is like really expensive, so I don't get it, because you get 100 meters then. And I would buy 4 or 5 different colours, or I get just the cream and dye it myself, which is no problem at all. But this one, I saw them on eBay. I'm sure it was eBay, and she done loads, and it was quite reasonable. So I think you get about 5 meters of each. And yeah, I like it, but I'm not going to, what can I say? I'm going to stain it up a bit, but not all of it, because I'm not sure. I just want it a little bit stained, if you know what I mean. So when I only want a little bit stained, I make sure this is watered down first. Okay. Oh, I need my heat gun on. So make sure that's damp first. Okay. And I don't want very much, so I might do. See if there's enough on there. And then a little bit of water. Okay, say it's very diluted, because I don't want it totally done, just a bit. Okay. And then I will dry it. And if you want it crinkled, just put a clip on it and dry it. Plastic, could do a metal one. That's all right. Okay. And I find that it's just dulled that down. Yeah, you see the difference now. Oops. So baby pink becomes quite a nice pink there now. But like I said, just literally little tiny bit and watered down, and it's fine. You still keep a nice tone, but it's more vintage looking. Okay, grommet. I think in the top of that one, as I always like to finish them off that way, but I don't have to. I'm so relaxed today. I might seem a bit slow to you today, but I'm just relaxed. It's nice. It's a Sunday, so I'm going out later. Listen to one of my favourite bands. And I say if it sticks up a little bit there, get yourself a little hammer. Got my jewellery making one. And I usually do it a bit longer because of scrunching it up, because I never know exactly how much it's going to shrink. Well, it doesn't shrink, it just, you know, because you've done that, it's shorter. So there we go. But looking at this, I'm really looking at that and thinking, do you know what, that would actually look really beautiful. I'm really drawn to this. Oh well, we'll leave it at that for now. But I am really, that might be on there. You might see that at a later date. I think it might depend where it's going in a journal. Because, as you know, this is still quite pink, and this is more on the violet tones. Yeah. But then I could always make that violet, couldn't I? I think, do you know what? Sorry, folks. It's just lost. Yeah, just lost on there. So, I think we have some violet of some kind. the inks. Right, I've got two colours here. I've got Shaded Lilac in Distress ink, and then I've got Wilted Violet, okay, in the oxides. So I haven't got the whole range of these colours because I love my Distress inks, and I hope people still use them because we do not want them to disappear, because that underneath that is just the best. Right, so let's get my bit of stuff, and I'm going to do a test. Okay, there's a bit here, so let's, oh, it's quite blue. Shaded Lilac. Let's see what happens when we add some water. At the moment, that's not the right tone at all. There. That was a bit like cut off. No, don't like that. It's the wrong tone. That's more like it. It's got quite a bluey tone. It's just a bit undone. Oh my gosh, do you know what? That's actually perfect. Right, so again, you damp it down, do exactly the same thing. Okay, damp that down first, okay, and then it dilutes it a little bit in there. Okay, and I'll do exactly the same. I'll do that bit off camera because I'll do it exactly the same as what I've done before. And here we go. Okay, that's absolutely so much better. Okay, and that's what it was like before. Okay, well, before I dyed it the first time, but that I like. Okay, still keeping sort of quite pastely, but just a little bit sort of more depth to it. Okay, so that's the first one. So we'll go on with the second one now. And where are you? I'll just keep all that out because I'm doing sort of spring now. So, and those little flowers. This one I'll put away, I think, even though I love it. I'm looking at it and thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to use it. So that was the colour of the ink that I used in the end. Wilted Violet, and then the Distress Oxide. That was cool. Yeah, this one had quite a bluey tinge. Okay, so we're doing the middle one next. So this one is a few parts, okay, but these could be book pages, this could be sort of wallpaper, or again, book page, okay, some of your collage tear sheets, no problem at all. This is, you know, book page, or you could have dictionary page. This underneath this lace here is most probably a bit of darker ledger paper, something darker, so you can just, you know, take it apart, layer by layer, and you'll find that you can break it down, okay, and in the back is the music paper, okay, but you could do a little tiny strip of music paper, just that I've done quite a big one, but no problem. But that's my first base layer. So okay, right, now we choose, I've got a book page here. I think this one was from this one here. Okay, and I cut the top off because I'm going to utilise that on the other one. So just pick which ones you want. Okay. And don't need to tear that because I might, let's have a look. That is actually torn. Okay. What I'm going to do, take that off. And let's go this way. See if I can get that down there. Okay. That's going to go about there. So you're going to see this bit. We need a bit of dark ledger, which is, I've got a bit here. So that go there. We don't need to tear that, so I'll just strip that down a bit there. So that's sort of going like so, like that. Yeah. Then some this sort of paper, dictionary paper, book page, anything. I'm just going to tear the edge of that. Okay. That's all right, because the lace is going to go from here. All right. There. And we need a bit of pattern paper. So I've got my little, you know, I've done, tidied up these last year. There's loads of different papers. And I put them all in, sort of, I don't know, just put them all together. And just have a little look. Let's have a look. Okay, it's more yellow. Right, I quite like these that are all been washed out, to be honest. That's quite nice. I know it's got a bit of yellow in it, but I like that. These are when I inkjet and then I wet them down and I actually bleed them onto other pages. So you get all these marks and then you're left with this washed out digital print, which I really like. Need a little bit of, oh my gosh, look at that. That's going to work. So I was like, I want the flower. That's quite interesting. Okay. Right then. I think we're right. So this has got to come up about there. That looks a bit of shape. Looks a bit upside down, that one, but I'm going to go that way. Okay. And your best bet is not to stick your edges down when you do this. Let's come up about there, I reckon. Will do. It's a little bit higher on there one, but I'm thinking of my lace, so I want a little bit of space. Right, book page. I'll just ink up the top there. A little bit less. Just got to get everything in, so. Okay, and this goes under there. Right, okay, that looks silly. Okay, I'll tell you why. That goes down. I'm going to come down just a little bit more. Okay, like that. Then that goes over there. Okay, very good. Just take some of this off so we can see what's happening. If you do it all quick, you've got time to manoeuvre. It's really funny because I usually do those things quite automatically, but because I'm following what somebody else is doing, I'm like, which bit goes where? Okay. That is it. Okay, that's that's over there. Yeah, we got that, and the lace goes here. So I'm just going to put a bit of that on. Hold the lace down. And again, that's just using up scraps on the book page. So just ink up a bit. I do feel like I want to put a bit of gesso on these, you know. I'm feeling the need for gesso. I really am. Okay. Right, so I'm going to go and stitch around mine all the way around, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so that's done. So now, because they've got a butterfly there, okay, so any butterfly, you know, your Tim Holtz one, I've got loads, and when I do it on here, I will mount this on card, and I will heat emboss this, or use glossy accents, okay, because I like it to pop, okay, which I'll do that in a minute. Or if you haven't got any butterflies, I mean, I've got free ones on my website and Facebook group, but you've got these little books. You could most probably take some out. You don't often find pink ones though, or I quite like this colour. This is quite nice. It's quite a neutral colour, if you know what I mean, because we've got a lot going on in the background. So that one's quite nice. That would work. I know it's quite big, but I think that would be all right. And thin paper again. There's one. Look, that would be perfect. Okay, and you just mount that glue it onto card, and then cut it out. Okay, and if you like the antennas where you can do your stitching, okay, which I usually do that in black, but I haven't got no black thread on. But I'm not worrying about it today. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with it, because I am going to heat emboss this now. Or you can draw them in. Or put wire. But I don't mind them not having them anymore. Because I think they're so fiddly to cut out. I just think, can I be worried about it? No. Okay, so I'm using vintage beeswax, but it's embossing powder. It's by Seth Apter. I'll write it on the screen. You'll see it now. Right, so I went ahead and stuck that down just with a bit of 3-in-1, the beacon glue that I use, and done the grommet. Okay, here we are, and here's the other one there. Show you a picture of what we're doing. Okay, you wouldn't know you took that design or that layout and, you know, done it that way at all. Okay, and that's 2 tags, and now we're going to do the pocket that fit the tags. Right, so if you look at this one, take it apart, you've got music paper in the background. I'm going to use some brown paper as well that's going to back this because of the thinness of the book page. So we'll go from there. Okay, might change my mind. Okay, where are we? Right, I've cut down a piece of music paper. I've done it, the size I sort of want, not my pocket to be, because I'm going to come in a bit, but the size, you know, in case it goes on a page. So I've done 4 1/4 at the moment by 7 1/4. Okay, because the actual pocket is going to come in a bit, and that it's going to sort of, well, by the time I cut this down, it's going to come in, you know, to about here. So we leave that little bit there. That's got lace down there, but I might put a bit of lace right the way down that. Not sure yet. But at the moment, that's the size I'm doing, and I'm back in mine because this is only thin paper. Okay, that's for a pocket. It's not, oh, look at that, not substantial enough. Just make sure I get the right way up. Okay, I want that on that side. Yeah. You can back it with book page, anything. It doesn't have to be brown paper. It's just that I'm using it up because I've got a lot of it. I'm going to ink that up a bit. Like I said, I'm not over inking on any of these at all. Okay, it's going to go this way. That was the other bit of the music paper that I'd done the tags with. So that full page has done all these, which is great. Now, do we put a bit of lace on underneath the pocket? I fancy white lace that's cream. Right, I'm going to have a look for some white lace in a minute. Okay, so I found some whitish lace and I've just stuck it on and stitched down now. Okay, right, so we need to find out the width. Right, let me have a look at this. So it's going to come in about there. Okay, so we're going to come up to about, we are going to come up to that lace. So that's great. This was the other bit of that picture that was this one here out of the book. So managed, I thought that's okay that way. So we need the actual pocket to be, yeah, I was about right. I folded it over about there. I'm just thinking about that going in. Yeah, if I stitch there and stitch there, that just fit in. Just okay, that's fine. Right, so what I might do, let's have a look if it's going to be that width. Okay, let's cut that down first. So I'm only dealing with that bit there. Okay. I'm just going to come out a little tiny bit because I might trim that off. Let me do that first. Okay. So instead of going inside the line, I shall go outside the line, and then we can always trim down a bit after if need be. Okay, it's quite a narrow pocket, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's going to be fine. Gonna go there, and then that's going to go there. Okay. Perhaps not. Oh, it's going to come off anyway, isn't it? Right, let's... oh, got to see where that is. Hold on. Okay. Let's do that a minute. Okay. Might have to come down a bit more. I'm not going to get that tag in. We're cutting it fine, aren't we? Yes, we are. Okay. We might have to do it that way. Yeah, we are going to have to do it that way. Because I want to come down lower here. Yeah. That'll be too tight a pocket. I'm actually making a tuck spot here as well, so that's why I'm sort of like trying to get it right, really. And that's going to go, yeah, trim off a bit off of there, but that's going to be our pocket, and this is going to be a pocket as well. Okay, perfect. What I'm going to do is just reinforce that. I usually do washi tape on, that's why I use that bit of paper. Okay, what I'm going to do is to glue this on here. So, okay, yeah, I just ripped that up quickly, okay, and stitched down there. I forgot to do that, so I meant to do that before sticking that down. I'm only doing it this way because it's becoming a pocket. If it wasn't, you know, you could just stick that down, okay, and then put your pocket this way on the top. But this whole thing is going to be a pocket as well, all right? That's why I backed it with some brown paper there. Don't need to back that because that's fairly strong there. That's sort of, I would say about 120 GSM, where that's fine for a pocket. Right, so that's now going to sit on there, okay? But what I'm going to do is, first thing I've got to do is stitch down here, okay? Then we can glue the pocket on, and then we can stitch there, there, and there, okay? And then we got a nice little tuck spot there. Just might as well use up my scraps if I can. There's some here anyway. So let's have a look. Okay. That's from the, yeah, that's from the neutral ones are best. And he's quite nice too. I think, yeah, I think that one actually. Okay, right, I went off and mounted the bird on a piece of card, okay? So that's gonna, yeah, go in there. Decided this is gonna go here. don't think I need to do any stitching of that. Oh, I don't have that. I cut that fabric. Oh, yes. Yeah, because I need to stitch around here, so don't need to stitch the top or the bottom, just down that bit there, because that's our pocket. Okay, and then this is going to go sort of here, and then that there, and I might put something under that. I've put black, outlined it in black card, or mounted it on black card, because you can't really see it because of the colour. But that might be all right. Could put a bit of lace if I got a scraggle bit. So look. Okay, right, I'm going to do my stitching now. There we go. So that's just done that stitching along here. Okay, because that's our pocket. And now you either glue that on or you stitch it down. I'm going to just put a little bit of glue just to tuck it in place while I stitch. You know, it's going to be a tight fit for my tags, but that's all right. We'll be okay. There we go. Now I'll stitch all the way around that. There we go. So that's done. So all we've got to do now, that's been mounted onto card. Okay, so it'll lift it a bit, is just to stick that down. I don't want it on 3D pads because, you know, it lifts it up too much for journals. It's okay if you've only got a couple of things in, you know, but as you know, I put loads in, so. And because it's only paper now, that's not, you know, it's not lumpy, so. And I think what I would do in the pocket is put a nice book page in there. That's it. Right, you've got to keep your fingers crossed. At the tag, they're both not going to fit in. This one's more likely to fit in than that one. So, I mean, yeah, that could go there. But, yeah. Fingers crossed. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I think that's a tiny bit lumpy for there, but in there I'd rather a flat book page. Okay, that fits in there nicely. And I can also bring that up to the top there. Yeah, like that. I've just got a spare tag and else. Okay, it's there, and I'm gonna find a book page and I'll put that in there. Okay, got my book page, the same book as what we used in here. Okay, because it's like I say, it's all the same tone, even though different flowers. They seem to be can all coordinate, and we can pop that in there. There we go. And that's done. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that. And that's the other one. That's without the pocket. Still looks nice. And I'll show you the picture again. And here it is. So again, we followed that. Okay, but that's what we've done. Okay. So again, all adaptions, really. I didn't put no lace. Oh, that's right. I didn't put no lace on the top there. I didn't feel I wanted it on that one. So I think I was looking at putting some gesso on the top of that one. So itchy fingers for gesso. Oh dear. Right. Okay. All done. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching then. I'm going to do some more then while I've got me bits and pieces out. So I've got loads of bits here I can use. Right, I thought I'd show you some of the other ones I've done. Okay, I think you saw me do that one. And was it? I can't remember. Anyway, so there's another one here, and then that's another piece from the book I put in there. And you saw me do that tag, so that's gone in there. I don't know whether you saw me do that one. I can't remember. There's another one here I done. Okay. And then put another book page in there. So that's that one there. And then these are some of just the tags I've done. I've done a few with that's to do with the new kit I brought out, which will work for that. I think that one will work as well, even though that's not from the kit. That's a book page. Oh, there's the other one. Okay, that's that one there. And use some of the die cuts that were, you know, sort of in keeping. That's a bit of background from the kit. Sorry, I've been gessoing. There's a little bit of washi tape I put on that one there, and just one flower, and then I put these tab tops on those. I haven't put any grommets in or anything because I'm not sure where they're going to go, so I'll just wait. And sometimes they can go in a little pocket, so I'll see what I do first. There's that one, that's from the kit there, and there's the paper from the kit and the butterfly from the kit. So that's that one. Like I say, that's a book page. That's some old like washed out paper there with the yellow butterfly. And someone there. And then these are from the book pages. This is a taller, skinny one. Sometimes you get that when you cut your tags down. Because these were, these were scrapbooking. Bits of scrapbooking paper, or card actually. So I've done that one there. And there. I left that one, you know, plainish, because like it depends. Like that again could go in somewhere. I think it'll fit in here. You know, that can be slipped into, say, here instead of the book page if it's not too bulky. Here we go. Yeah, and that could look nice as well. Yeah, but I like the book page. It's a way of giving them away when you do a journal. Okay, so I've kept them fairly plain just in case I want them to go in a pocket, and another one here. Okay, and then this one was just lying about, so I just made it into a quick tag. Okay, now it's scrapbook paper. There we go. So that is those. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. It's got me into spring, even though I'm supposed to be doing bug kit. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get all this colour. It's just like, oh, I love it, I love it. But I must, I am doing it. I will get going. Okay, I've got all these bits, so I've got to make some more, haven't I? So yeah, my printer went wrong on when I printed those out. They're not bright enough, so, but they might be all right if I emboss them or do something. But these are all cut from magazines, so they're great. That butterfly is so nice from the new kit I've done. I'm really pleased with the brightness of it. It really does stand out. Okay, yeah, and I've got a little pile here now, a collection of bits that I might have to do a collage with. So I think I'm going to do that next. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching then, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye.